What's up, G's and Gets? How y'all doing? I hope y'all are doing well. I'm doing great. As you can tell, I didn't realize I had so many TVs behind me, but it's apropos. And I will definitely get my microphone on here at some point, just charging them up. But in the meantime, y'all are going to have to hear the experience of, well, we'll call it game day, but we'll call it game day because it's Friday. Game day, it's Friday, heyday, all day. You know what else it is? It's podcast day, like it should be. And I'm just going to go get to it. Not Justin Jefferson, JJ, but I got another JJ over here with Joseph and Jordan or Gordon. Hello, sirs.
Yo.
Hello. Well, I'm going to mute myself real quick while I check on my microphone. But in the meantime, opening statements, like a courtroom here, before we get to the docket, and opening statements, anything you pressing matters, and your calling card, please, sirs. Joseph, we'll start with you.
I need a minute. Sorry. So I audible.
Joseph.
Yep.
Opening statement, calling cards.
All right, never mind. Back and wait. Tropical Sports on the X. That's where you can find all of my thoughts. Link to my portfolios on there as well. No opening statements, to be honest. Nothing's pressing on my mind at the moment.
Yes. Oh, yeah, my turn. Okay. You can find my writings in Toei Pet or Toei Pet and Toei Pet Fantasy, all that good stuff. You can find me in ScOutCast Media of Mr. E-Rock. You can also find me in Curious Sports Pulse with Senor Gabriel. You can also find my social media, JC16890 at Twitter and Instagram, JC179 and TikTok. And college football's back, baby. The appetizers of Thursday and Friday are here. Oklahoma is just blowing Temple out, and Saturday college game day. We got Pat McAfee on college game day again. It's gonna get wild as always. And Nebraska and UTEP, baby, let's go. And Monday, and to end the college football weekend,
Yeah.
Boston College and Florida State. Come on, Florida State. Beat those bums in Boston.
That's gonna be. I'm literally not losing sleep over that game. If I was a Florida State fan, I'm not losing sleep over that. But hey, you know what? You never know. Mm-hmm. You never know. I will always tell you that Georgia Tech is a tricky team. Coming from a Tar Heel fan, I know we're not the Seminoles, but for some reason Georgia Tech always plays everyone like that annoying dog that nips at your ankles. Sometimes it just gets you at the right spot. All right. Hey, Living at 09, where you can find all things ScOutCast Media Hub. And hey, you know what? I'll just make t-shirts too on that. We'll make hats. Let's go. You can find, we can do a shop now area. You can get a picture of everyone's face on it. Like you can get a Jordan shirt with his face, a Joseph shirt with his face on. He's going to look angry. Jordan's going to look goofy. I'm just going to look like confused. Gabe will look agitated or something. I don't know. And we'll make a theme out of it. And then I don't know what I'd do for JV. I'd make him have a stink face because he's a Jets fan like this. Like and for Andrew would just be terribly like unaffected.
Exactly.
All right. It's a good idea, actually. All right, guys, we'll have NIL money. We'll have name and likeness over here. Only opening statement I want to say is tomorrow, Saturday, which y'all pointed out. And I also have one more thing to say. Suck it, Jordan. UNC. That's right. Yeah, our quarterback broke his leg. And guess what? We went out there. We did it. We did our thing.
Yes, you did. You beat the Big Ten's forgotten bastard
Oh,
in Minnesota.
Yeah, all of a sudden you're changing the narrative. Changing the narrative here.
Again, you beat in the basement throw of the Big Ten in the most nut punching way ever. Like legit.
You know, I was actually about to go. I was going to go poltergeist on Matt Brown, go through the TV and kick his ass because I was like, why aren't you calling a timeout? Why aren't you using your timeouts? If you have time, and then it's like, wow, I look at it's like 4 seconds left. I'm like, you were really banking on dude to fucking miss this shot or miss this kick. And then I saw that his first couple, I was like, oh, okay, man. Well, you're either going to look like a real asshole or a real genius. So let's find out.
That kid.
Apparently, he knew.
That kid missed. He missed he missed an earlier kick.
Yeah, he did. That one went. That one clanked off the upright. This one, what they say in golf is they call it a slice. He sliced it.
Yeah, he's getting the death threats for week 1.
No, he's not. They're in Minnesota. They're very kind. Just like Canada, they're very kind. They'll be like, hey, I'm very upset at you, Wade. No, say that's actually.
Oh no. I think they just don't care anymore. They're just apathetic.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? It's okay. It's the Big Ten. Who cares? So, before we move into it, we've already beaten everything we've beaten a horse about this opening week. It's time just to see it. Said what we're looking forward to. Talked about baseball. I think I agree with Joe when I say thank God I don't have to pretend to be interested in baseball. As mean as that sounds. Sorry, baseball, but
it's almost over. Literally, it's almost like 5 weeks left.
That's dog years. Oh yeah, sorry, that's perfect. I'm glad you said that. We have there it is. Oh. There we go. MLB dog days equals dog years. There we go. Okay. But before we move in, so I'm glad we said narrative. Just like I told, I have been really enjoying it. I know people have in general. I've actually gotten some comments via YouTube, the tuber, that people are loving our banter about these narratives, specifically in the NFL, but it could be in anything, because they think that we just go off on tangents. And you know what? That's a good thing. It's good when intelligent people, different personalities, go off on tangents. So I want to start right now. First off, I want to ask, before we get into the narratives bit of it, Steph Curry signs an extension, $36 million. Any thoughts, any comments before we move any further on that? I don't think there's really much to say about it. It's Steph, for God's sake. I mean, Jordan, you got any thoughts on that? Or
that man's gonna play. That man's in his mid 30s. He's gonna be playing until he's 40. I don't know how he does it, but like his skills are amazing. And he earned his money.
He's a badass. Joseph, anything to add or nah?
Not really.
Yes.
$62 million to pay basketball is amazing. Love that for him. While his game will translate to being able to play as long as Jordan says, I honestly think that I would think that his plans would have seriously not worked out off the court if he played that long. He's got a lot of stuff going on off the court that'll probably pique his interest at some point. He's got all the chips you can get, MVPs, gold medal.
Could you even imagine, like, but he also said, I read this article, and I take it with a grain of salt, because it's not, they have some credible articles and they have some that are just goofy. It's called ML Football. It's like on Twitter.
Oh God, no! That's
I know.
wow.
I was like, oh damn! Apparently Jordan's heard of it. But but they said like with taxes, yeah, but you didn't yell at me though.
No.
But
Those types of accounts
oh,
should be dead, like legit. They should be that. Those accounts should literally be either deleted or the people should be
I don't know. Kevin Durant, like the NBA Central. I don't subscribe to him yet. I might do it at some point to get some good exposure. But they have one that's kind of a mock. What do you call it? They have a what do you call it? A spoof one. It's called NBA Centel instead of Central. But KD is a huge proponent of that. He actually promotes it as he loves watching it because they say goofy fake news and stuff, like intentionally fake. But oh no, okay. So what they said was after taxes, Steph's $36 million in 1 year would go down to $12 million. It's California, so it wouldn't shock me. But damn, I believe. But still, I mean, $12 million. He doesn't even make his money from basketball anymore. He makes it from everything else. And by the way, Joe, I wanted to make sure you knew how much of a value member of this team is. And you asked me. I know. I thought. Oh no, money, right? Sorry, a friend of mine over here. He bet the 41 spread on Oklahoma, and they just capped it. There you go. But Joe, what I was saying is, yeah, you asked me to remember this, and I just saw it. And as a reminder, you were really interested in voicing your opinion on the Broncos quarterback room, if you remember correctly. Is that something you're still interested in talking about?
For me, it's very interesting to me, given where Stidham came from and where Zach Wilson came from as far as expectations, and them have the opposite attitudes that one would expect given where they were chosen. Zach Wilson was highly touted coming out of BYU. He was a high draft pick for the Jets. Didn't work out. Was traded to Denver for a change of scenery. And one would expect that he'd feel some sort of entitlement or, based on his draft position, based on the potential things of that nature, that he would be the one out of him and Stidham to have the bad attitude about Bo Nix getting the starting nod. And it was very interesting to me to see Stidham have like the bad attitude and be very vocal about his disappointment and that he feels like, listen, I'm all for competition. I'm all for being competitive. I'm all for believing that you're a starter in this league. But some of how he said what he said came off like a petulant little child, while Zach Wilson was just glowing in his his praise for Knicks and how he was going to best support him moving forward, things of that nature. I just felt like he was more professional with his opinion on how that all shook out, as opposed to Stidham. But I mean, I'm not in that room. I'm not them. I'm not living their life. So to each their own. Have your opinions, but that's just how I felt about it.
Yeah, and I remember when after you told me to put a reminder for that, I went and looked at what you were referring to, so I'd have some background to it. He sounded like a straight baby back bitch, and I'm like, where did you all of a sudden get this attitude for this, or this expectation, this entitlement, as you said, to where you thought, like, did you think you were going to start?
What?
I mean, did you really think they traded up in the first round to get this guy? Granted, I still think they reached, but that's not important. They still, I know, but they still traded up to get him. So that shows that. I mean, so now, are you butthurt because Zach Wilson is number 2? I mean, I get how that would hurt a little bit, but your Jared Stidham. I mean, it's not like, dude, you're cool, bro.
No, he's living up that one game in 2022 against the 49ers because Josh McDaniel was his coach. That's the only reason why he had at least some ounce of opportunity. in Harry McDaniels' arrogance, he believed I should be number 2. I should be the star, not the rookie. I'm like, the only thing that he should be starring is his car picking someone up in the airport. That's an Uber driver. That man.
You've done better. You've had better. You've had better ones.
Wait. No, no. He should be in Postmates because not even Uber Eats wants him. Not even Grubhub will want him.
I got one for you. The only first string he could ever be would be the only first string he would ever be has a package called a Tampax Pearl. That's the only string he could be. Only first string he could be. That wasn't that good either. That was phoned in. Boo.
He's gonna be starting up his new Amazon job.
We're not batting very well right now. We're not doing very well in this, Jordan. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But it's okay. It's
Zach
okay.
Wilson is beating you out. When the milkman's beating you out,
now you're back.
You are
now you're
bad.
back.
Now you're back. The fact that you're still in the roster should be shameful. Legit shameful.
And you're back.
And Sean Payton and I think Sean Payton must have had a call job. Must have got a call from job there and be like, "Please keep Jared. He's my bestie, please." And Sean feeling a little bad for Josh McDaniel because he's a bit of a snake too. It's like, okay, Josh, I'll keep your boy.
I think it's only. Well, speaking of petulant childs, talking about Sean Payton, petulant children, I should say. Sorry, I saw Stanford's jerseys because they're playing next, and they had the ACC on it, and it's just, I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know. It's weird. So no, Joe, it's a very good point. That's like, it still cracks me up. I don't understand it. To be fair though, Zach Wilson probably got so humbled in New York that he doesn't care where he plays in terms of positioning wise. He is happy to be a second stringer. He's closer to Mormon State. Just was over by one. Nothing's really close in those states because they're so damn huge.
It's either he's going back he's going to be a backup or he's going back to Utah. In which I'm not surprised he'd rather be quarterback than going anywhere near Utah.
Watch him come in at some point and be really good, and then randomly, and then that says something about the Jets. Well, it says something about the Jets either way. One, you still overdrafted him, and two, or if he does well, that means you fucked him up, like Sam Darnold. Although Sam Darnold's doing his best to make a comeback, same as Geno Smith. Oh my God! So, where did each y'all have the Broncos placing in the division this year? Joe, I don't remember.
I probably last. If I had to take a guess, I would think I had him last.
That's what I said too. Yeah. What about you, Jordan? You said last too, right?
First overall pick in the NFL draft that season. I think they're going to be that bad.
Over the Pats. Oh, that's really.
I think they're going to be bad, man.
They are bad. I think they're bad too, but. Dang.
I think they're you have a raw quarterback. You have a decent. It's just like the wide receiver has question marks. Your offensive line has question marks. Your defense legit has question marks. I don't trust Vance Joseph at all. His game planning literally let the Dolphins score 7 on them. I don't trust the Broncos at all. I think they're going to at least win three or four games. And 4 is the ceiling.
So the floor is the ceiling. The ceiling is the floor. The ceiling's the
Exactly.
Oh my God.
And the floor is 2. The floor is 3.
All right, so let me before we move on to the next narrative, which I'm really excited about actually, because I think y'all are going to have very different or really unique takes to it. let me ask a direct question here about prognostication for this year. Something I don't think we've kind of covered, but I don't know if we officially have. Would y'all mind telling me, in your opinion, in either you can use either conference, doesn't matter, which team that did not make the playoffs is going to make the bigger jump to go to the playoffs this year, and which team that made the playoffs this past year is going to make the biggest drop off this year? That's where I just want to kind of get that nailed out there for documentation's sake. Whoever wants to start, I'm totally cool with. Well, I can go first if you want to. I can do that.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go first. Okay.
Well,
if the Bengals were in the playoffs, I would have said that. But again, I can't do that. Though. I'm gonna have to go, man. See, I struggled on this too, and I'm still stuck between two of them. I'm gonna go with the Browns. I'm gonna go with the Browns missing the playoffs, even though their defense is really good. That's assuming Joe Burrow can stay on the field. If he doesn't, that changes everything. But that's my team with the biggest. That's gonna miss the playoffs that made it. And the team that's going to make the bigger jump, I still got Indy or LA Rams. That'd be my two right there. But or the Commies are a sneaky team, but I'm not going that far. But I'll make my official one. Browns for the missing him and the Colts are kind of played out. And I'll say the Rams for my making it. So whoever wants to get next.
I'm saying I'll take the Falcons making at least a jump because a lot of those games that they lost, they need a real quarterback. Desmond Ritter was not gonna be a thing, and solid offensive coaching. There's like the coordinators. I'm still in question mark, but Kirk Cousins is at least a solid quarterback that could lead a team to have at least 9 or 10 wins. That's a team I think is going to make the biggest, a jump, not the biggest jump, but a jump to make it to the playoffs. And the team that I think is going to legitimately drop off is Miami. I just don't trust that defense. I don't trust that secondary. I don't trust a good chunk of that linebacker core. Like Shaq Barrett literally retired during the preseason. Like I just don't trust Miami's defense. I think their offense will take at least a step. Will take a step up. But like I just don't trust their defense. I think they're going to drop off and miss the playoff by at least one game because the AFC is that strong.
I was gonna tease with you a little bit. You said Atlanta because I was gonna just say, they finally got good quarterback play. I'm like, yeah, you're right. Michael Penix does look really good. I was like, what about I meant Kirk Cousins. I was gonna be like, who?
No. Michael Penix is gonna make a jump. He's gonna make a jump, all right. He's gonna make a jump by throwing a pass and hurting his arm and going ow and getting hurt and Atlanta's front office is literally gonna look at that and be like, Spadoodios.
No, you're talking about Kirk Cousins. That's the one. That's who I would say. But I like your picks though. I mean, I don't like the first one, but I appreciate it. I respect it. Joseph, you have any on your minds?
I mean, I have a lot based on what I've chosen on previous shows. As far as biggest dip, I don't have Buffalo making the playoffs this year. So that's going to be that. Looking at everything I have from last year to this year, Buffalo not making the playoffs, I guess, would qualify as the biggest drop. As far as biggest advancement, I'd say Atlanta, because Atlanta is one of two teams I have making the playoffs in the NFC that didn't make it previously last year. So
Yeah.
Atlanta and Buffalo for me.
I understand the Atlanta thing.
Yeah.
I mean, the pigeons are going to be all right. They're not going to be as good as the Panthers, but correction,
Again,
they're going to be more bad than the Panthers.
again, E-Rock, have you been drinking?
Only a little bit.
Exactly.
You know, I'm going to stand on this hill every damn day, every day. Panthers are going to surprise you. Everything I've been reading, I know take it with a grain of salt. Deontay Johnson.
Take it with a grain of salt. We're taking the whole salt factory, man.
No, DeAndre. Damn it! Now you got me all.
Deontay.
Thank you, Deontay Johnson. He apparently, him and Bryce Young, like they are on point. And thank God that means Adam Thielen doesn't have to be our leading receiver this year. Holy tip!
You really signed Adam Thielen to be a number one.
We didn't mean to. He wasn't supposed to be. He wasn't supposed to be.
But he kind of did.
I mean, well, maybe if they did, then that makes it even worse. I found out officially David Gettleman. Not Gettleman, sorry. Why do I keep calling him Gettleman? Holy crap. Tepper. Tepper apparently does not live in Charlotte. Apparently. I mean, he still obviously is the guy in charge, but I've been reading up on it more. He basically is kind of stepped away in shame. Like he's like does not like all the abuse he's been taking. So he's moved like 40 minutes outside of the city or something like that, which is not unusual for rich people in Charlotte. Rich people in Charlotte don't live in Charlotte usually. That's not usually like same as NASCAR drivers. So let's hope that trend continues. But I don't know, man. You saw Bryce in the fourth or the third preseason game. Yeah, it looked. I mean, it was all right. Hey, I got to keep hope alive. Okay, it's what I do.
There's hope, and then there's delusional.
No, there's optimism. Hey, hey, trust me, I can be as cynical as the next guy. The year that we had Kyle Allen and Matt Moore and Jimmy Clausen another year as our quarterbacks, I was as cynical as next year. I just said, I don't even care about what. I mean, I'm going to watch it because I'm a fan, but I'm not going to expect a fucking thing. It's like, all right, trust me. I've been there. I've lived that life. All right, I promise you. The year before Cam, that was it. Oh my God, the year before Cam. Oh, it was worse than last year. God, it was terrible. Oh, I don't even think the Giants have been that bad. They're going to make that team look like the Giants this year. They look great compared to the team before Cam was there. Ooh. Oh, by the way, two teams I want to plug out there that I think might potentially. I mentioned the Commies already. What do y'all think about the Arizona Cardinals with Gannon, the coach previous coach from the Eagles? You think they can make like a kind of a thing? You know, make a jump this year.
They play hard for him. Like I think they might have at least 5 or 6 wins, but at least 5 or 6 wins show progress because the first year's 4-13 show fans some progress. And then, okay, there's something there. There's something building. There's building blocks.
I mean, the defense is going to get better, I assume. Can't get much worse than it was 2 years ago. And they got Marvin Harrison Jr. I mean, Joe, do you see any kind of maybe? And they got David. We said David Johnson. I thought they do not have David Johnson. They have James Conner. Excuse me. I mean, Joseph, do I have any? Am I on my board? You're not seeing making some sort of leap this year, at least to being a mediocre team.
What's a leap? Look at the division they're in. Look who's in the division. They're not
Yeah, I
going
know.
anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
They're
brutal.
just
It
not
is
going
brutal.
anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They won't
They,
even. I can pretty much guarantee penciling in a sub 500 division record, and then when you
Mm-hmm.
couple in their out of conference record, they'll be lucky to get the 6th.
Yeah.
so yeah, so okay, I was saying like, so what I was going to say, what do I think is a leap? I was going to say 7 games. That's like
I'm
not
about to
that's not
say
happening.
at least 5 or 6.
5 or
6
6,
is their ceiling.
Yeah.
unless a lot of unforeseen circumstances happen, I guess. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that is a tough. Someone says the toughest division in
I said
football, and I laugh at
yeah.
them. Not the
I
toughest
said
division.
nah.
The
I said
Norths are.
I said Seattle's gonna be disappointing, but like anything can happen.
It's going to be a
And their
competition between the
schedule
Rams.
is rough.
It's going to be the Rams and
legit.
the Niners. Yeah, it's going to be the Rams and the Niners, just like it was this past year. All right, here's the narrative I'm excited about. I can't wait to hear it because I've heard people do this, and God, who is the guy who keeps saying it? It's Austin Rivers, and he said it, and then also it's been going around. It's like he swears by this, and I think it's absurd. He says that it is way easier for a basketball player to be a good football player than a good football player to be a good basketball player. Like if he's made the transition from NFL to NBA or NBA versus NBA to NFL. It's not like a hardcore subject, but I got to get y'all's opinion on it because I have a few thoughts on it and explain your reasoning because I don't know what to make of that. But I think he's being like absolutely absurd because like he would get pummeled if he was in the NFL.
Oh, he got pummeled by social media when that came out.
Nepo baby should be thrown out of TV.
No, he got Glenn Jr. No, he got.
Yep.
No, he got. Wait, he got roasted and praised. Like anyone that's a basketball fan, like a hardcore basketball fan, they praise it. Anyone that's an NFL fan, more destroyed him. I happen to be both. I have my thoughts. I'll keep them to myself temporarily. In the meantime, Joseph, would you like to give your take on this right now? And
it's going to be very quick. Basketball players do not want to put on pads and get hit. Done.
Mm-hmm.
You kiss my ass with all that.
Oh no!
Not one single basketball player is going to put on pads and get hit.
Nope.
I will say this: Jimmy Graham. The only reason the only thing that gives him any kind of credence is Jimmy Graham and Tony Gonzalez. Well, they're all tight ends, really. Oh, actually, that's not true. Julius Peppers.
I think Graham was a receiver that converted to a tight end, if I remember correctly. But
what? Jimmy Graham's technically a tight end. So
yeah.
Graham, Gonzalez, Antonio Gates, and Julius Peppers are the 4 that you can actually use. But that's it. That's it. I agree with Joe. All right, I'm not supposed to say that, but all right, Jordan. That was a good tip. It's like those assholes don't know what the fuck we're talking about. All right, Jordan, what do you think? Is it which one's it easier to do?
Austin Rivers should not be. The fact that Austin Rivers had the job in TV and we don't, it's shameful because. No, Austin. You should go out and get out of TV, take a little break, and go back to Gaddy. Because that is one of the dumbest things I've ever seen in my life. I've heard in my life. I
don't think it's easy for either one. I don't think it's easy for either of them. But I mean,
football players would rather sprint like no. Oh God.
He's like no. I'll say this. Did you see? I know this is an exhibition game, but did you see Puka Nacua and Micah Parsons in that celebrity game? The dudes were monsters. I know it was like against, it wasn't exactly like big ass dude. Stephen A. Smith is still, he's always butthurt. He's really butthurt with that. Because Shannon Sharp brought in like all these, dude. I'll tell you, Calvin Johnson playing basketball. Could you imagine back in the day, Calvin Johnson playing b-ball? That dude is 6'5" and can jump like he had a 40-inch vertical. He's the best. He was on pace, and he still would be. I think he's the second best receiver in history in my book. The only reason he's not number one is because he didn't play longer. So I'm just trying. You can imagine like what's another one? Justin Jefferson. I mean, he can't shoot probably, but dear God, I got the pleasure of seeing Julius Peppers in person playing basketball. That dude is enormous. He would just tear down the rim. So we're just all in agreement that that's an absolute ignorant, stupid, ridiculous fucking statement. All right, good. I like that. That's good. All right. Here's my next narrative right now. Again, I don't know where y'all's ideas on this is going to be. Right now, there really is no. Remember back in God, I'm going to sound like the old man. Get off my lawn over here. So Joseph, make sure you respect your elders on this. By the way, I still know more about movies than you do, Joseph. Still do. I wasn't even goading you. I was being totally serious. You thought I was goading you. I'm serious. We'll have a movie off one day here, man. I swear. We'll do it. But in the meantime, we don't have the rivalries of like quarterbacks to quarterbacks like Manning and Brady. What was the other? What was a good another good one? Like Rodgers and everyone pretty much revolved around Brady, pretty much. But it's like there were team rivals too. Like even the Steelers and Ravens rivalry has kind of gone downhill. And I really want to just, can y'all think like, I don't know how to make of it because it sucks because I really like rivalries, and that's why college football, when it comes to bad blood, shout out to Taylor Swift there, bad blood, but I don't know. I hope it comes back in the NFL. But here, I want y'all to think about, prioritize in any sport, college, NFL, any sport, or college, NFL, whatever, college, professional, any sport, your top 5, starting at 5, going to 1, most bitter and entertaining rivalries. And it can even be like single person sports, like, like a tennis. I mean, I know you're not going to pick it probably, but tennis or, you know what I mean. But either way, or fighting or like mixed martial arts. And I will be happy to go. I'll present my list first, and then y'all can just dissect it, grade it, and I will be happy to take the criticism. All right. So coming in at number 5. All right, and by the way, this can be from any time period too, because right now some of them aren't going to be the same as they were. Number 5 is the Lakers and Celtics. But that's from way back when, obviously. It's not the same now. Lakers and Celtics got to be at number 5. Magic Bird, Showtime, and Boston Garden. Can't compete with that. Sometimes, well, you can, obviously, but at that time, couldn't compete with it. And even before then, Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain. Got to be 5. Next one, I'm going to do Ohio State, Michigan in football. I mean, Dad blood, but it's not my top. It's not even my top meanest college rivalry. I'm going to get to that one because it's at number 2. But before I get number 2, number 3, man, I debated with this because honestly, mixed martial arts / just combat sports. Obviously, there's going to be bad blood. All right. I wanted to say Ali Frazier. I wanted to see that. I wasn't around to watch like that, But I was around to watch this. John Jones and Daniel Cormier. It's a pretty good rivalry. Yeah, I know it was lopsided, but that's because John Jones is the best pound-for-pound fighter of all time. Anderson Silva, in my opinion, would be next. But I would have to say those two. That would be number 3. Number 2 is the college football one. And that is Auburn, Alabama. That is an absolute God, they're mean. They are mean to each other. They fucking hate each other, and they're so close together. And there's a lot of rivalry. I could point it out, but that is a mean one. And coming in at number 1 on my list, North Carolina Tar Heels versus the Dookie Blue Devils in basketball. And yes, that is biased. Yes, I admit it, and I don't give a fuck. So whatever, that's mine. So we got Lakers Celtics from the previous generation. We got, even in the early thousands, when for the early 2010s with Kobe and Powell and all that, you know what I'm saying? Kevin Garnett and all that stuff. But yeah, so Lakers Celtics 5. Number 4 would be Ohio, the other Ohio University in Michigan. Number 3 would be Daniel Cormier and John Jones. Number 2 would be Auburn, Alabama in the Iron Bowl. And number 1, UNC versus that other team. All right. Thoughts, grades, dissect it, criticize me. I don't care.
You got it, Jordan?
Not that much really. Besides Duke always using devil magic to beat North Carolina, but then again, North Carolina use that devil magic too, baby.
We are winning. We have a better record against them overall.
But Coach K, being the prick that he is, finds ways. But North Carolina just finds ways. But North Carolina does better.
We spoiled his last home game at Cameron, and his last
that was
game
a great day.
And his last game in his college career in the Final Four. I don't think you can say anything about
that. But still, North Carolina's. Those were great days in college basketball. In college in general, but my number 5 is like sneaky. Is like I'm mostly gonna go.
Before you go with your list, let's hear from Joe, and then y'all tear mine apart, give it a grade. All right, Joseph, you have thoughts on this on my awesome list?
I mean, those are typical rivalries. That pretty obvious answers to me. So I give it a B, solid B. Those are solid rivalries. I think anyone who's watched sports can identify with those rivalries, especially the Duke North Carolina. Just because of the amount of talent that's gone through there, your JJ Redick's, your Jason Williams, Vince Carter's, Antoine Jameson's, Mike Jordan, Sam Perkins. Like the list goes on and on. So that rivalry is only good because they continuously keep bringing in top tier talent to these programs. It's really a testament to the recruiting, the consistency of the colleges to keep bringing in that talent, and you just only hope that the new bloods, John, Hubert, they continue to recruit well, continue to bring top tier talent. Cooper Flag's supposed to be a dog.
He is a dog.
Yeah, so you just hope they're able to continue that moving forward and continue the legacy. So one's the one that really stood out to me, just because I've consumed so much college basketball that one's so obvious, but it's also so true.
Oh, I love it. I thought that was going to be the one that got the most pushback. I'm actually happy about that. I will say, here's what I wanted before we move on. Thank you. Oh, Jordan, before you give me a grade, here's one thing I wanted to put in, but I couldn't because of
B plus A minor.
Oh, thank you. All right,
because it's typical, but you can't argue against Lakers Celtics. That rivalry carried the NBA. You can't.
Honorable mention. Pistons and Bulls, early 90s.
Oh yeah. They hate each other.
Actually, you know what? I almost want to put that in somewhere. I'm not. I made my list. But I'll say this: I wanted to do a soccer one because it's worldwide, like a Bayern Munich, or like not Bayern Munich, like a what's it, Real Madrid versus Barcelona. But I don't know enough about their hatred for each other to do it or something like that. You know, like I don't know. But maybe y'all know more about it than I do, probably. But
No.
y'all are great.
In soccer,
I'm sure there's some. Oh, I'm sure people hate each other about soccer. But y'all are very kind. I appreciate that. Who do we go? Who wants to go next? Who wants to go next?
I'll go. My number 5 is Michigan, Ohio. I wasn't really, like growing up. I always trying to figure like that was the big rivalry, the big one. But like I always see like Ohio just dominating Michigan and like raw dog until the last couple of seasons when Harbaugh finally got over the hump and like raw dog Dom. Like yeah, but my number 4 is surprisingly the NFC South's Saints Falcons, close games, intense hatred with each other. Like you can see you see the history with Atlanta, New Orleans trying to kill each other. The swamp people against the Falcons, the ants and all that good stuff. Like that always kind of like those type of rivalries always interest me personally and the history around it. But my number 3 is it's Yankees Red Sox. I grew up in the Bronx. They hate they hate each other back in the day. They legit hate each other. They are.
I forgot about that.
They are legit. Like it was so bad. Peyton threw like a 60-year-old pitching coach on the ground. That's how much they hate each other. Like you can it will never reach those heights again of hatred, but they still hate each other. Like you got Beantown versus the Bronx Bombers. Like you can't really argue against that history. And my number 2 is it's I want to say Celtics Lakers, but like that's already taken. Like what's the real what's Joe? What's the really Joe? Was there like a type of hatred between like the Lakers and the Spurs, because they were those are like some intense games.
I wouldn't call it
I wouldn't say it a hatred.
No, they were good.
No,
they played each other. I would say I'd say a
more of a mutual respect type.
Yeah.
One of those that they wanted to face each other because they knew they were playing the best type situations.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm talking about old school
basketball. I'll probably put that on mention because like it's Celtics Lakers that literally carry the NBA. Like it's literally his history. Like is some history.
I didn't even think about Golden. You're talking about NBA. I didn't even think about Golden State and Cleveland, but I don't know if I count that or not.
No.
That was one-sided. But yeah, keep it.
It was definitely one-sided.
The other to win.
Right, like the rivalry that
So wait, which number were you at? I'm sorry.
That's my number 2. Celtics Lakers. I could easily put it in number 1, but like, I'm gonna switch around. Number 2 is Mets Brave. They hate back in the night. They legit hate each other.
Really? That's
late night, late 90s. John Rocker. John Rocker's a piece of human trash. It's one side, but like inside, like inside the park grand slam. Robin Ventura, baby. Chipper Jones, like
Tommy Maddox,
like yeah, baby, like it was intense back in the late 90s, but and also New York Atlanta, baby, like East Coast rivalries, they keep that strong.
I wouldn't have thought of that. Okay, but, what's your number 1 then?
Celtics Lakers.
Oh, okay.
I switched it.
Oh,
because it's literally his history. Bird, Magic, Kobe. Anything is possible. All that good stuff.
I'm so mad at myself that I forgot Red Sox and Yankees. That is like, duh. Why the hell didn't I think of Red Sox and Yankees? I feel ashamed. I'm glad you caught that.
Red Sox or four down 3-0 come back. They were beating other teams like the
My
big
favorite player of all time.
like the hmm like legit the prime of 2000s baseball was literally that rivalry. Like it was that in the late 90s too.
All right, I'll start off with my
All three Boone home run. One of the reasons why Aaron Boone had the job with the Yankees.
All right, I know you gave me a good grade, and I appreciate it. I'm going to be totally honest with you, though. I don't mind the list. I don't like the order. I don't hate the order. It's okay. There's only one thing I would take out of there 100%. The freaking Aints and the Pigeons. Okay, first off, the Panthers and the Pigeons are a bigger rivalry because it's the Rive on 85. We literally, in every sport, Charlotte and Atlanta, they're the two biggest cities in the South. They hate each other. New Orleans is just an afterthought when it comes to that. Now, Panthers had a rivalry going on with the Saints because we were competing with Drew Brees with Cam Newton every year for first place. But no, not that. No. That is not a rivalry. I mean, they're division rivals. That's it. But I will. So that's the only one I would just get rid of 100%. But other than that, I don't mind it.
Either that or Philly Cowboys. Even then, I think Cowboys and
you know what? I think
must hate each other more.
Just call it the NFC East. The NFC East, every one of their teams and games are rivals.
Oh yeah, we hate each other. We hate each other.
Or put New York.
Take the Aints and those damn chokers out. Put the NFC East, baby. Number 4.
You could also just say any New York sports team versus any Philadelphia sports team. I've learned that from y'all. Y'all hate Philadelphia. God, you guys hate them. I'll give it a B-. B- because of that stupid Saints take. But I would switch the Boston Red Sox one to the first one. First thing. Yankees and Sox, I'd put it number 1 out of your list. But I like it. It's a good list. Joseph, your opinion.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm an 80s baby, as we all know. So a lot of my rivalries are going to be what I kind of like lean towards. So at number 5, I have 2 boxers that really defines in a brief era in boxing. Mickey Ward and Arturo Gatti had 3 fights that were an absolute slugfest. And when I tell you that these 2 guys just stood toe to toe against each other back when boxing was boxing, these guys did not pull punches. And the best part of that rivalry is that you wouldn't know that they were friends outside of the ring. Like, they really just respected each other and loved each other, and you wouldn't know that by the way they beat the hell out of each other inside the ring. So that trilogy for me is one of my favorite trilogies in boxing. So I have that listed as 5.
That's good.
Number 4, before we had the Williams sisters, before we had Federer and Nadal, we had Andre Agassi and Pete Sampras.
Yes!
And those 2 defined an era of tennis. 2 of the most different people that you could ever see on the face of the planet. One's more out there, abrasive, bravado, charismatic, while Pete Sampras is very understated, very calculated, very posh, very professional. And those guys had duels in the 90s that would just set the stage for rivalries like Federer and Nadal to have and things of that nature. So that was another favorite rivalry at 4.
Good call.
Number 3, you'll notice on my list, none of them is going to be in the same sport. And
no, I love it. Keep going. You're doing great. Keep going.
Yeah.
Back when NASCAR was NASCAR, okay, when rubbing was really racing. Dale Earnhardt and Jeff Gordon
Jeff
did
Gordon,
not
yes!
love each other at all.
The Rainbow Warrior.
For the same reasons that Pete Sampras and Andre Agassi butt heads, these two guys butt heads. The guy, Jeff Gordon, was the new kid on the block, thought he was hot stuff. I mean, honestly, listen, they made a movie pretty much based on him. Like, let's just, we all know shit that Tom Cruise's character from Days of Thunder was supposed to be like Jeff Gordon. Let's just be honest.
Let's be honest.
Let's just be honest.
Let's be honest.
But those two had a rivalry where you could just distinctly tell when one talked about the other that there was some spiciness there, and I loved watching that in the 90s as well. So I have that at 3. Number 2, shout out to my boy Andre. He loves his Yukon Huskies, and honestly,
yes, he does.
I mean, Pat Summitt, Gino Auriemma, Huskies, Tennessee Volunteers, another rivalry that defined a time period in women's college basketball. You could argue that a lot of what we see in college basketball today and the success of today is based on the success that those two programs had. And again, it rivals Duke and North Carolina for the simple fact that they also continuously produce talent, continuously recruited talent, and that's why that rivalry stood the test of time for so long, is because they kept getting great players on each of their squads. So I have that at number 2. And then number 1, I came out the womb with a glove. Okay, I came out the womb with a glove for the New York Yankees. I was born 3 blocks away from Yankee Stadium. I'd be remiss if I did not have the Yankees Red Sox at the top of my list, just because I'd be disowned from my family if I didn't choose something Yankees related as first. The rivalry speaks for itself. The breaking of the streak. I mean, and again, another set of 2 teams that just keeps bringing in top tier Hall of Fame type talent. And yeah, that's my list.
Dude, it came out the womb just
and I argued the Yankees through that game against the Rays just because Boston lost, we're throwing this game away because we ain't letting Boston in.
They came out the womb with a glove and $1 and a dream.
I personally think they were that petty. They were like, okay, we might be losing this game. Tampa Bay's gonna win it because we ain't letting Boston in, baby.
We are not helping them at all.
I'm gonna go ahead and just give my grade straight up. I would give you an A+ because, except there's a caveat. I only have one critique, and that's it. I love the list. I love it because I love how you went deep cut on that, and you went diversity or variety, etc. And I love it. The only one, even though I loved the shout out of Agassi and Sampras, and this is only like marking you off from an A+ to an A, just an A. That's a measly A. Is that there was a rivalry previously to that, which I think actually set those up, and that would be Jimmy Connors versus Bob McEnroe, and those were intense as well. But that's not saying anything against you. It's just saying I just went a little bit more deep cut. But overall, I got A to an A+. No problem saying that. You did, Joe. You won that. That was deep cuts on that. See, I love the boxing one. I love the boxing. That was like I did not think about that. Wow, good shit.
I still pull up, like, every once in a while. I will still pull up YouTube videos of those fights, and I'll watch them all the way through. I already know how they're going to end, but I watch them just because that was when I was a hardcore fan of boxing. Like, I was watching everything, every weight class. Your Roy Jones Jr. versus James Toney's, your Riddick Bowe against Holyfields, Chavez versus De La Hoya, Trinidad and De La Hoya. I was watching everything boxing.
Boxing in
So,
certain
yeah.
times is great, man. No, that was
Yeah.
definitely that was a deep cut for sure. I 100% support.
I remember
I support.
I still remember the highlights of like it was I think it was either A Rod or someone else like that Pedro thrown to, but like it was just hilarious. No, it wasn't Pedro. It was like it was someone else. I keep forgetting who, but like I just love how they just Pedro just threw that man down, like he's like get your ass in the ground, boy.
Oh, Don Zimmer.
Don, ah,
I mean,
Hans Zimmer.
Don
Yeah.
Zimmer to ground.
yeah, Don Zimmer, the pitching coach.
It's not Hans Zimmer. Hans Zimmer.
Like they hate
Yeah,
each other.
Don Zimmer.
They
I
legit hate
remember
each other.
that. He just like fucking drunk his ass on the ground.
They just hate each other, man. I love it. Like
That was hilarious. I
Hey,
remember that.
I'll tell you what. All right, let's it's not like in order or anything. Just randomly honorable mentions. I said MJ, Isaiah, or Pistons, whatever you want to say. That's a pretty dope one. Individually, since you said boxing, obviously, like Ali and Frazier. I think that goes without saying. Man, I'm trying to think of other random matches. It's like instead tennis, that's good. Oh, by the way, Tiger and Phil, kind of to an extent, as much as you can with golf, as much as you can. But obviously, I love the Pat Summit one too. That was a really good shout out. I'm trying to think if there's any other ones from that. Hey, I mean, right now,
Jose Ramirez, Tim Anderson from last season. Ramirez just literally just knocked his ass out. That made me crack up. Like down goes Anderson.
Michael Crabtree and Richard Sherman.
Oh my God, yes. Oh my. San Fran and Seattle, they had intense games. Like
San Fran and the Cowboys back in the 80s.
That was a great one.
And the early 90s.
Yeah.
Damn, Joe, you kicked ass. And we all did good. We all did good. Minus the only take I did not like was obviously the Pigeons and the Aints. You said the Panthers and the Pigeons. I've been okay.
Yeah, I know you hate it. I know you hate them. I know they hate them that much for that rivalry. Like I know that.
No, they hate us too. Oh, you wear a Panthers jersey in Atlanta? You better not wear it downtown. Like, and there's a difference. Anyone that's been to Atlanta, there's a difference between Midtown and downtown. You go to downtown, you don't wear a Panthers jersey. You're gonna come back with nothing but your freaking. You're gonna come back without gold teeth, and you're gonna come back with that, and you're gonna come back without the jersey, and you're gonna come back without pretty much everything on it. So, oh no. But in Charlotte, it's the same way. Oh no. Well, to an extent, Charlotte needs to step their game, but it's the two biggest cities in the South. So it means like,
interdivision games are always weak.
And they're on the same.
Weird, but
it's a straight shot. That's why it's called the Drive on 85. It's literally just that shot down 85. 3.5 hour drive, depending on traffic. Oh my god, that is just. Oh god, I hate Atlanta. I hate all Atlanta sports other than the Braves, and I just don't have an opinion about the Braves. I just don't care. I just don't give a fuck. Oh guys, I'll let you know. I found my new favorite player in baseball, Major League Baseball. He plays on the Astros. I don't know, like
Altuve. Little man?
No, not little man. He big boy. I'll find his name right now. I think he's a lefty.
Jordan Alvarez?
Let me make sure. I just want to give you one. I want to make sure I get it right. Are they playing? There they are. Astros. The Stros.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're playing KC. That's a good series. And they won by 1. Go figure. That's a good, really, really good series. Diaz. Damn it. I'm trying to. Maybe it is. I'm trying to see if I see his face on
the other person at.
Yeah.
Maybe it is.
Just that
Oh, it is.
criteria.
It is. It's Jordan Alvarez.
Yeah, Jordan Alvarez. Yeah, Jordan Alvarez. That dude's a monster.
I like him, man. I like him. I like the way he hit. He's ambidextrous.
No, Astros and trash cans.
Okay.
Astros get gastros.
See where we're going there.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like
Astro-
it's not even because of his team. I just love the way this guy plays, and I never paid attention. It's like I really like
he's a
this
big boy. Oh no, he's a big boy. That man can crush balls. Let him
6'5",
run.
230, dude.
He just
He-
must
he-
like how he hits because
Mhm.
he's a DH.
He had
Exactly.
I think this week, a couple days ago, I think I saw highlights. He had all at bats. He had 3 home runs. He had 3 consecutive home runs. Holy balls!
Man can hit.
No kidding. Well, he only has a .251 batting average. That's not the best. It's not terrible.
Well,
It's not the
career
best.
average. I mean, he's batting 300 plus now.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was season. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's probably his career average.
I think you're talking about I think 2.207. I think you're talking about Hayward.
No, I was looking at Jordan. Man, what a good game this. There's a couple of big Braves beat up on the Phils.
Phil is useless.
Yankees did what they do. Oh, another rivalry. I know we didn't mention it. It's 2 of them. Green Bay and Chicago. In football. And
That's
I
Cleveland. That's Cleveland Golden State right there.
Yeah.
yeah, that's true.
Aaron Rodgers still owns them, baby. He owns them.
And here's the other one, Cubs and Cardinals.
Hmm.
They hate each other very much, and I didn't know that until later.
1969 Cubs Mets. Black Cat, baby. That's an old rivalry. And I think some Cubs fans are still remembering that Black Cat.
The Cubs fans are also remembering that dude who snagged the baseball out of the fucking guy's hands.
Oh God,
Moises Alou. I remember that.
He is God. That guy.
I was too young for that, but I watched that documentary. I'm like, oh,
I hate
Cubs
you.
fans are
I
dead.
hate,
Man,
I hate you.
man
I
had to
hate
quit
you for
his
saying
job. He had to go into hiding.
Oh no, he going seclusion. When the Cubs win the World Series, the Chicago was like, "Why don't you? Don't worry, Bart. We didn't need to. We need to seclude you and make you go hiding."
What do you bet he changed
your
his
life?
name? What do you bet he changed his name to?
I don't think he changed his name. Like,
Well, no, he probably did.
He should have went to Wrigley Field after
You
they
just
win
better
the
be
World
glad
Series
that
and
happened
flip
in
him off.
pre-social media.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
He need
true.
true.
That happened in the social media era. Everyone would have knew where he worked.
Where he
Everyone would have
lived.
knew
Yo,
where he lived.
where he lived after Chicago, and where he is now.
Oh God. He would have had to change his name. He would have had to grow a mustache. He would have had to,
He will-
to wear contacts.
He should literally come back to Chicago and just say, "Screw all y'all, I'm out."
Chicago, unless you're in South Chicago, Chicago by nature is not the most aggressive fan base. I mean, they're drunken and goobers, but man, you mess with the Cubs when they had it before they won that World Series. Holy crap, dude! They'll come to your house with baseball bats. Oh, by the way, Jordan, his batting average this season. You're right. Oh, that's previous games against the Royals. That's what I was reading.
0.3, yeah, 3.313.
But his average is
0.299. That man's a beast.
0.312. He has 28 homers, tied for 12th, 71 RBIs, tied for 40th, and his OPS. I don't know what the hell that was out. I don't know what that means, but
on base percentage. On base percentage. The OPB. OPS is on base slugging percentage.
How is it on base? OPS.
No, OBP is on base percentage. Slugging is 5.63. OPS is on base slugging percentage.
I don't even know what the hell that means.
So he's on base and he's hitting the ball.
It's the actual full terminology is on base percentage plus slugging percentage.
Mm-hmm.
So the O is on base percentage, the P is the plus, and then the S is slugging percentage.
No, I hear you. It's just like I'm about to drool out one side of my mouth like a vegetable here and say like, baseball is like
he's hitting the ball a lot. He's hitting the ball.
No, I get it. It's like this is why I call baseball alphabet soup because it's literally OPS, AFP, ER, not. I was like, dear God, man, how even ball doesn't have this many stats. And this is the age of analytics. But his OPS, nerds. His OPS is .959, which is 5th in the MLB. So he's having a pretty good year. Yeah. I don't know, guys. The Rockets. The Astros are looking like I'm gonna be so. I'm. It's gonna be like such a worthless victory for me if the Stros win the whole thing because I called it, but it's not like I knew like a lot about baseball. So it's gonna be kind of like it's gonna be like empty calories.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well.
As long as Philly is winning it, I'm all good, man.
All right, guys. Well, before we wrap up, I guess, Joe, I wish there was something I could do to compete with you in a movie challenge of some sort, but I can't think it off the top of my head. But
Probably around like December when like, or
Say
it's
what?
around November. Probably around like November.
With the movie challenge?
Yeah.
Why is it November? That's very specific. Why is that?
Weekends, long weekends, baby.
The weekends are the same length in November as they are in
Thanksgiving weekend.
I'm still very confused. I'm still so
Classes,
confused. Joe,
schools. Unless you don't have the weekends. Unless you don't have the Thanksgiving weekend show.
School is a year-round thing for me. So,
Jordan, I don't know where you're going. Jordan, he's still on here and he's in school.
No breaks.
Why does he need a break?
I do have weeks off in between. Yeah, I do have
Yes.
weeks off in between.
But this dude is like a machine over here. He's got like 50 things. Like, look at his eyes right now. Look at his eyes.
Joe's gonna be like this.
If it's a light week, I'll participate. But like if it's not, you'll know that it's not a good week because I just.
You're gonna be.
You're like this. Always tell. Oh, I can usually tell. Usually, I can tell. Depends. Yeah. I can see how many places your eyes move. It's like this.
Mm-hmm.
You're like an android or something like that. It's like processing.
I have 14 tabs up right now, so I'm just keeping my ears to the ground.
Only 3 of them are porn. Only 3.
Yeah.
Only 3 are porn.
Absolutely.
I mean, he only he's limiting it just to 3. He's limiting it to 3 today.
I get that porn up, man. I get that porn.
Now Jordan's. I don't know. Jordan looks like a Jackson Pollock painting if he had a black light in his room. No. I'm done. All right, guys. I just couldn't help it. All right. Hey, closing remarks, and I appreciate y'all being on here. That was actually, I'm glad we got to get to that narrative. I like the biggest split. Or, next time we'll think of another one. And no, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to make sure I have a clip ready. I wanted to have it ready today, but it's getting a little later. It's Friday night. And, enjoy playing some games, taking some relaxation, having a cold one too. Even if you go out, be safe. But guys, closing remarks and your calling cards. Jordan, I'll let you start first this time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You can find my writing at Total Apex Sport, Total Apex Fantasy, all that good stuff. But you can find me at ScOutCast Media Hub with Mr. E Rock. You can also find me at Curious Sports Post with Senior Gabriel. You can find my social media, JCML6898. And on Twitter and Instagram, JCML79 and TikTok, and college football. A lot of college football tomorrow. Nebraska UTEP. I can't wait for that show. It's going to be fun. If UTEP wins, we know our certain Big Ten friend is going to be going to the corner and you're going to cry or just look at the screen and just in blank and just sit and just think to himself, "Good Lord, why God, why do you make me a Nebraska fan?"
All right then. Okay. By the way, I want to say before we move on, Jordan's curse did happen yesterday. We may have won, and I'm glad we won. We lost our starting quarterback, so Jordan did leave a little residual effect. So thank you, Jordan. You know what? I still like
all
Harold.
love you, Alec. All love.
Yeah. You're mean. Okay, Joseph, take over, sir.
Yeah, you can find my musings on anything sports or entertainment related at Java Joe Sports on the X. Link to my writing portfolio is on there as well. To my gamers out there right now, if you do have the Xbox Game Pass, you can get the beta for Black Ops 6 for free for the great price of free. Because that's what I'll be doing as soon as I'm out of here.
Now, this isn't that futuristic shit they tried doing,
Nice.
right? They stopped doing the futuristic shit like they did that one time.
I have no idea what to talk about, to be honest.
They did that one Black Ops where you're in space and shit. What was that one Black Ops they did in space? God, it pissed me off.
Unsure, to be honest.
No, I don't think that was Black Ops. I think that was like Infinity Warfare and shit.
No, it was a Black Ops.
Black Ops 2. The Black Ops 2 was futuristic, but it wasn't futuristic enough. Like
whatever one of them was literally in. You could do it in space and you had flying jet boot, futuristic guns. It was the most. God, I was like, I love my favorite Call of Duty all time. So I don't play Call of Duty anymore because it's like the same game.
Same.
But I love Black Ops 1. I love Black Ops 1 so much. And I love Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare 2 is still badass.
Oh my God, same. I played the remastered version of that campaign. I'm like, yo, it was good as it was. Like it's 13 years ago. It was in 2011.
I know it's just dope. I love it. God, Black Ops 1. I love the whole Cold War thought. And when you go to what do they call it, caisson, it's like you just that's dope. You're in like a foxhole and shit like that. Oh, it's dope. Okay, that's moving forward. Which unfortunately Call of Duty still does. But you know what? It's free, as Joseph pointed out. So hey, free's good anyway. Free's good anywhere. All right. Well, I assume it is. Everyone, Living at 09, that's where you find us. Hope to do a collab again here with the Pulse, the Sports Pulse, at some point. I've been watching. It's good content. What up, G? And guess what? ScOutCast Media Hub is less. We are less, guys. We're less than 1 week away from fantasy football starting up. So let's get ready, man. Because if you smell what the E-Rock is cooking, all right? ScOutCast Media Hub on YouTube, on Twitch for all you gamers, fellow nerds out there like myself, sports nerd, game nerd, movie nerd, TV nerd, science fiction nerd. Not afraid to say it. I love it. I'm a nerd of all kinds, baby. Let's do it. Space nerd. All right. So guess what? Tune into our channel. We hope to do stuff that makes you happy as well. All right. On Total Apex, by the way, shout out to Dusty. Thank you for keeping our previous content on there and also helping me get my startup and learning how to podcast. And I always will be thankful for that. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure with that, my friend. And Dusty, go get some sleep. You never get enough sleep. Go get some damn sleep. Okay. I haven't talked to you in a long while, but get some fucking sleep, dude. Lives off tobacco and coffee. Come on. All right. So from all of us here, thank you, Joseph, for being here. Thank you, Jordan, for being here. And we will talk to y'all. Actually, I will be at Twin Peaks tomorrow for Football Saturday. And You know, good times keep on rolling, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to y'all soon. Peace.